Alright, you guys, welcome to Horoscope 101. It is Thursday and it's Jamie Lee Curtis week. I chose to watch another movie I've never seen before, and that is Prom Night from 1980. One of the saddest slashers I've ever seen. Okay, the movie starts with these kids, probably like 10, 11 years old. They're in an abandoned building. There's 4 of them. There's 3 girls, 1 boy. And instead of playing the traditional just hide and go seek like normal kids, they are playing like killer hide and go seek. So the one who is, chasing the other kids trying to find them is the killer, and then, the other kids are the victims, which is just so demented. So they're playing that game, and these 2 younger kids, a brother and a sister, stumble, upon them playing. The sister says, "You know what? I'm gonna go check it out." The brother's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go. I don't want any part of this." So the girl goes in. The older kids find out she's in there. Of course, they have to fuck with her, and they all gang up on her, and they're just chanting, "Kill her, kill her," and it's just so messed up. Anyways, they're kind of chanting this at her from maybe the 3rd floor. And she's walking backwards and ends up falling out of this window. Falls to the ground and dies, ends up dying. And once again, these demented kids are like, well, we're not going to go tell anybody. Let's just keep it amongst ourselves. And that's what they've done all these years. So it turns out that the girl who died, she has another sister played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and then of course the brother lived because he never went in there. So Jamie Lee Curtis plays the sister, and then Alex, that's the brother's name, he's still alive. Leslie Nielsen plays their dad, and then the mom is also in the movie, and she's still fucked up from the whole thing. Okay, Leslie Nielsen plays the principal at this high school. It is prom season, the prom is upon them. And even more fucked up now, the kids that were responsible for Jamie Lee Curtis's sister's death are best friends with her, and she's dating the one boy that was involved in the killing. The one girl that was involved in the killing, who was fucked up back then, she seemed like a real mean bitch, has turned into a mean bitch in her high school years as well. And the woman who plays this role, now mind you, this is probably the senior prom, okay? This woman, the actress who's playing the role, looks like she's about 41 years old. No way she's a senior in high school. But I digress. Prom season is among them, and all of a sudden, the 4 killers start getting phone calls. What they perceive as just kind of like prank phone calls. It's actually the killer calling them. Now, there are a ton of red herrings in this, because you really don't know. I mean, I had no clue who the killer was, because you've got the red herrings. You've got the child pervert who they pinned this killing on way back in the day when she was murdered. So you've got him. You've got possibly Leslie Nielsen as the dad. He could be the killer. You've got the creepy groundskeeper at the high school. He could have been the killer. I mean, who knows? I mean, it really could have been anyone. The prom has begun. The dance has begun. And one by one during prom night, the characters are killed off. The 3 main girls are killed off. And it's not really a gory film. I mean, there's a couple, kind of gory scenes, but it's nothing over the top. Most of them were with an axe, I believe. But a couple of them, you really didn't see too much blood. So we get to the final scene. The killer is clearly not interested in Jamie Lee Curtis's character. Now, mind you, during the dance, there is a lot of disco dancing. I don't know how long they must have choreographed that disco dancing scene, because there is a lot. And damn it, it's catchy. I'm sorry, but it's a catchy tune that kind of repeats itself. The killer, who's kind of, they made the killer kind of human. You know, it's not like a lot of the killers nowadays who just seem invincible. The killer was a little bit clumsy, you know, made some mistakes here and there. You know, get to the final scene, the killer is finally revealed, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it was a shock to me. I was like, what? No way. And, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis's character is the one who ultimately lands the final blow that kills this character, which is just it's just horribly sad again. It starts sad, it ends sad, and it's just crazy. But it was a really good film. It truly was. I was invested in the characters. I wanted to see who the killer was, because I really had no idea. The gore scenes, which really, I mean, the kill scenes weren't that many. They were towards the end of the movie, but they were done well. The acting was okay, you know, it was a little cheesy. But overall, it's a really good film. It's a solid film. Now, I know this is the version I have by Echo Bridge, and it is a single disc. They didn't do a double on one disc. But Synapse Films is going to be releasing it on Blu-ray next year, 2014. From what I've heard, they're cleaning up the print. They're going to make it look good. I don't think any special features have been announced yet. The print that was on this disc was okay. I mean, I've heard of some versions being super dark at the end where you can't see what's going on. And I can understand what they're saying. This version was okay. You could see what was going on. It wasn't a mystery. But it definitely deserves to have a better version put out there. So bravo to Synapse for for taking on that task, and hopefully we get a really good version. But that's it for Prom Night. Please check it out, because it is worth watching. It truly is. And next week is, I think, High School Horror Week, which actually this one you could group this into that week as well. But anyways, I will catch you next week. Take care.